Good evening, children. Am I audible? Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. Good evening. Yeah. So here, the length, breadth, and height of a room are 5 meters, 4 meters, and 3 meters, respectively. Find the cost of whitewashing the walls and the ceiling at the rate of rupees 750 per meter square. So to find the cost of whitewashing the walls and the ceiling, you need to find the area to be whitewashed. You need to first find the area to be whitewashed. You'll have to find the area of the 4 walls. You'll have to find the area of the ceiling. Find the area of the 4 walls, find the area of the ceiling, add both, find the total area to be whitewashed. Then to whitewash 1 meter square, it will cost you 7 rupees 50 paise. Now, supposing the area of 4 walls in the ceiling is 50 meters square, 50 meters square. 1 meter square, 7 rupees 50 paise. 50 meters square will be 50 into 7.5. That will be the total cost of whitewashing the walls and the ceiling. I think this is a simple one for you children. Please take down the answer. Write down the question. If something is not clear, you can ask me. You can see the answer on the slide. If something is not clear, please ask me. Done, children?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. All of you? Any questions, Bhavishya? Is it clear the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Others? Swati, Nandana, Harshita?
No doubts. Writing.
Okay. See the next one. The dimensions of a cuboid are in the ratio 3:2:1. Dimensions meaning the length, breadth, and height. They are in the ratio 3:2:1. And its total surface area is 3,168 centimeters square. Find the length of the cuboid. So let's assume the dimensions to be, let the length, breadth, and the height of the cuboid be 3x, 2x, and 1x, or simply x. 1x or simply x. Okay, centimeters, because you can see the surface area is given in centimeters square. So how do you know what is the unit? So you can see the total surface area is given in centimeters square. So we'll assume the length, breadth, and height to be 3x, 2x, and x centimeter. Now tell me, children, don't write anything. What is the total surface area of the cuboid given to be? What is the total surface area of the cuboid given to be?
3,168 centimeters square, ma'am.
Fine, fine. Very good, very good. Now, what is the formula to find below TSA? You should write its formula. What's the formula to find the TSA for cuboid?
Ma'am, 2H plus G, ma'am.
2
H, 2 into LH plus BH plus LB.
Yeah. So 2 of LB plus BH plus LH, correct, is equal to 3168. See, first I've written what is given. Total surface area of the cuboid is 3168 centimeters square. That's given to us. Now, how do we continue? What is the formula to find the TSA? 2 of LB plus BH plus LH. And that is equal to 3168. Now, next, 2 into, what is L into B, children? What is L into B? 3x into 2x, correct?
3 and yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Plus, what is BH? 2x into
2x
x.
into x, ma'am.
Plus, yeah. What is LH?
Ma'am, 3x into 3x into x, ma'am.
X is equal to 3168. Now we need to write this very carefully. See here, this is L into B plus B into H plus L into H is equal to 3168. Now 2 into, what is 3x into 2x, children?
6x, ma'am. 6x.
No.
6x square.
6x square. Who was that?
Nandana.
Nandana, very good. 6x square. So here we have to be very careful. 3x into 2x. 3 into 2, 6. X into x. What is x into x? How do you multiply x into x? X to the power 1, x to the power 1. When bases are same and it's multiplication, we add the powers. 1 plus 1, 2. Bases are same. X, it's multiplication. So we add the powers. 1 plus 1, 2. X into x is x square. So 6x square. Plus
square plus 2x square plus 3x square.
Not 3x square. 2x into x is 2x square. 2x into x. X into x is x square. 2x square. There's 1 here. 2 ones are 2.
3x.
Okay. After 2x square, 3x square. Correct. Is equal to 3168. All right. Now what's the next step? 2 into
6x square. 2 into 6.
No.
11x square. Add.
11x
we need
square.
to add the like.
Yeah. 11x square. Who said 11x square?
Ma'am, Bhavishya.
Very good. 11x square. Because there are like terms. Yeah, I heard somebody else also say that we have to add the like terms. Correct. These are like terms. 6x square plus 2x square plus 3x square. So how do we add 6x square, 2x square and 3x square? How do we add? X square will come as it is when you're adding. Yeah, very good. We add only the numerical coefficients. 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 3, 11. We only add or subtract the numerical coefficients. So 11, x square as this, into 11x square is equal to 3168. So x square will be equal to 3168 divided by 2 into 11. So I'll show you the answer slide. See here, children. We have discussed so far. We were here 2 into 11x square is equal to 3168. X square is equal to 3168 divided by 2 into 11. So x square is equal to, you simplify, children. You can cancel this one by 11. 11 ones are 11. 11 twos are 22. See here, 1 minute. See here, 11 ones are 11. 11 twos are 22. 9 is the remainder. So 11 eights are 88. Again, 8 is the remainder. 11 eights are 88. Exactly divisible by 11. Then 2 ones are 2 144 times. So 144. X square is equal to 144. X is equal to the square root of 144, which is 12. Now the question is to find only the length of the cuboid, not length, breadth, and height. They've not asked you to find the breadth and height. Find the length of the cuboid. So what is length? 3x. 3x is the length. 3x. So 3 into 12, 36 centimeters. Please write down, children. You can write 1x or you can simply write x also. Done, children?
Last question.
Okay.
Done, mom.
Okay. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Bhavishya, Swati, Nandana. Okay, Harshita is there. Very good. All right, children. Next one. Oh, yeah, children. So this reminds me of something. Please make a note of this. I just missed to talk about the length of the diagonal of a cube and a cuboid. Children, go back to the, the introduction to cubes and cuboids. We had written down the volume, curved surface area, total surface area of a cube and cuboid. Go, just turn back and go to that page, children. We need to include one more formula there. Or if you go back to that page where you have written volume CSA, TSA of a cube and cuboid. There, under cube, the last point, please write length of the diagonal of a cube. Length of the diagonal of a cube is given by the formula √3a units. √3a units. Now, for example, if the edge of the cube is say 7 centimeter, then the length of the diagonal, see here, a cube, okay, cube. Now, what is the diagonal of a cube? The diagonal is the line segment that connects any one top corner to its opposite bottom corner. I'll show you here. You can just see in your room and understand better. So see, supposing I take this one. This is one top corner to its opposite, diagonally opposite bottom corner. See here, this one. Please understand. This is, see how many corners does a cube have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 corners. A cube and a cuboid has 8 corners. Now connect any one top corner. So supposing I take this one to its diagonally opposite bottom corner. Diagonally opposite bottom corner. This one. This is a diagonal. This is a diagonal. Similarly, if you connect from here, this is the top corner. Top. It's a corner on the top. And diagonally opposite, you have this one. This is the corner below. So if you connect like this one. The length of the, so next year we'll see why this formula, why √3a. It's simple just by using Pythagoras theorem. So length of the diagonal of a cube is given by the formula √3a units. Now how do you calculate? Edge is a, right? Edge or the side of the cube. So here I've given 7 centimeters. So then what will be the length of the diagonal? √3 into 7 or 7 √3 centimeters. For example, if the edge of the cube is 7 centimeters, how do we use the formula? The length of the diagonal is equal to √3a. √3 into 7. That is 7 √3. √3 into 7 is 7 into √3. The value of √3 is 1.732. This will be given to you in the question. Otherwise, you just remember this. The value of √3 is 1.732 approximately. The value of √3 is 1.732 approximately. Then multiply and give the answer. So how many centimeter? So remember, very important. I'll be uploading some more test papers. So there maybe you have to use this formula to get the answer. The question can also be, what is the length of the longest rod that can be placed in a cubical room of edge 7 centimeters? No, 1 minute. Let me not say everything at the same time. Have you all written this? Please write this one first. I'll tell you what to write again. I'll clear the slide. Under cube, write length of the diagonal of, because you're writing under cube, you don't have to write of the cube. Length of the diagonal is equal to √3a units. That's all. Under cube, you're writing, no? So length of diagonal is equal to √3a units. All the diagonals will be of the same length. √3a units. Finish writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the question can be like this. Find the length of the longest rod Find the length of the longest rod that can be placed in a cubical room of length, say, or edge, whatever. Okay, length is not, see, it's a cubical room, so the length, breadth, height all will be the same. Okay, so don't get confused. Of length 7 meters, for example. If there's a question, the length of the longest rod is the length of the diagonal. The length of the longest rod will be the length of the diagonal. That is a rod that can be placed with its ends, a rod that can be placed with its ends at one top corner and the opposite bottom corner. That is the diagonal, the length of the diagonal. So how do we answer this? So length of the longest rod is equal to √3a units. So that is equal to √3 into 7, which is nothing but 7 √3 or 7 into 1.732 and whatever is the answer. So many meters. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is about a cube. The length of the diagonal or the length of the longest rod that can be placed in a cubical room. Okay, now let's talk about the length of the diagonal of a cuboid. So right under cuboid, please make a note of this. Length of the diagonal of a cuboid. Length of the diagonal of a cuboid. Under cuboid you're writing, so I'm not writing off the cuboid. So length of the diagonal is equal to square root of L square plus B square plus H square units. Square root of L square plus B square plus H square units. Same understanding. What is a diagonal? Same thing. The line segment that connects any one top corner to its opposite bottom corner. Length of the diagonal. Again, here also in a word problem, it can be find the length of the longest rod that can be placed in a cuboidal room of dimensions, say, 8 meter by 4 meters by, I'm just giving some rough, 10 meters. Okay, so we have to use a formula. So it can be find the length, the question can be straight away find the length of the diagonal, or it can also be find the length of the longest rod that can be placed in a cuboidal room of dimensions 8 meters by 4 meters by 10 meters. So how do we calculate? Just put it here. Root of L square, 8 square, plus B square, 4 square, plus H square, 10 square. That is equal to root of 8 square. The value of 8 square is 64. The value of 4 square is 16. The value of 10 square is 100. 8 square is 64, 4 square is 16, 10 square is 100. Next, square root of, you should add everything. 64 and 16, 80 plus 100, 180. 180. 180 meters because it's meters here, so 180 meters. Root of 180 meters. Now you need to also know how to write this in a different way, which is called a mixed surd. You'll learn more about it next year. But now if you get an answer, sometimes you will get a perfect square. Like maybe you will get square root of 1,000. Not 1,000, 10,000 maybe. Okay, square root of 10,000. So it's 100 meters. If supposing the number under the square root is a perfect square, if the number under the square root is a perfect square, then you have no problem. You can just write its square root, whatever it is. Now this one is not a perfect square. 180 is not a perfect square. Am I audible, children? Am I audible and clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, all right, children. So now 180 is not a perfect square. So how do you proceed? How do you proceed? Find the prime factors of 180. Find the prime factors of 180. So in the rough column, 180, 290 times, 245 times, 3, am I right? 15 times, and again 3, 5 times, and 5 ones are. So this is equal to square root of 2 square into 3 square into 5, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now from 2 2s, 1 2 comes out. From 2 3s, 1 3 comes out, and 5 remains under the square root. So the answer is 2 3s are 6 root 5 centimeter. Meter, sorry. Because sometimes the answer will not be, now if it is an MCQ, okay, root 180 may not be given as one of the options. Square root of 180 may not be given as one of the options. In that case, you must know to proceed and get this answer 6 root 5. So simple. We all know how to find the prime factors of 180. Do that. Write it under the square root. Instead of 180, write it as a product of its prime factors. So 2 square into 3 square into 5. From 2 2s, 1 2 out of the square root. From 2 3s, 1 3 out of the square root. and 5 does not have a pair. So it remains under the square root of 5. Now 2 3s are 6. The numbers outside the square root. 2 3s are 6. 6 into root 5 is 6 root 5. See, like a into b, don't we write ab? Like that. 6 into root 5 is 6 root 5. 6 root 5. So what do we mean by 6 root 5? 6 into root 5. So sometimes 118 square root of 118 may not you might not find this as one of the 4 options. So you should know to proceed further and get 6 root 5. Is it fine, children?
Ma'am, so the final answer is an irrational number.
It's irrational, correct. 6 root 5 is irrational. You don't have to remember the value for root 5. It's approximately 2.24. You don't have to remember. You just remember root 2 and root 3 for 8th standard. Root 2 is 1.414 and root 3 is approximately 1.732. Root 2 is 1.414 and root 3 is 1.732. Beyond that, you don't have to remember for 5th standard. Even after that, not for 5th standard, 8th standard. In 9th and 10th, you will be given the values. So you don't have to remember all this. This I'm just telling you, just in case, the answer is a decimal. Then you have to, so 6 root 5 meaning 6 into, what is the value of root 5? 2.245 or 2.24. Then you can get the answer. Okay. I hope you've taken down whatever you need. Can I clear this slide?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now back to this question. Now come back to the present, children. A room has a length of 8 meters and a breadth of 6 meters. If the cost of painting its 4 walls at the rate of rupees 80 per meter square is rupees 11,200, find the height of the room. Now answer these questions, children. What do you want? I'll give you 1 minute to read the question and understand the question. I'll ask you some questions after that. All right. Now, what is this rupees 11,200? What do you understand? What does that represent?
It's the total amount of money that is spent on whitewashing the wall at a rate of 80 rupees 80 meter per square.
Very good. Yes. So rupees 11,200 is the total money spent for painting the 4 walls of that particular room. 11,200 rupees is the money spent on painting the 4 walls of the room. What is the rate of painting? What is the rate of painting? Like the fruit seller tells you, 1 kg 80 rupees, 1 kg 90 rupees. That's the rate. What is the rate here?
Ma'am, 80 rupees
per meter square. The rate of painting. What is 11,200 is the total cost of painting. 80 rupees per meter square is the rate of painting. The rate of painting is rupees 80 per meter square. Now, look at this. Whatever is the area of 4 walls, whatever is the area of 4 walls. Why area of 4 walls? Because only the 4 walls are painted here. Because here only the 4 walls are painted. So area of 4 walls. So area of 4, don't write anything. Area of 4 walls into the rate of painting. Rate of painting will be the total cost of painting. I'll tell you why. Will be the total cost of painting. Total cost of painting. I'll tell you why. Now see here, supposing you calculate the area of 4 walls of your room. You calculate the area of 4 walls of your room, and supposing it is 100 meters square. Okay. The area of 4 walls of your room is 100 meters square. Now, what is the rate? What is the rate? 1 meter square, 80 rupees. So 100 meters square will be 100 into 80, correct?
Yes,
1
ma'am.
meter square, 1 meter square. To paint 1 meter square, you'll have to spend 80 rupees. To paint 100 meters square, you'll have to spend 100 into 80. So whatever is the area of 4 walls, 100 meters square, into the rate of painting, 8 rupees 80, sorry, will be the total cost. So 100 is the area of 4 walls, into the rate is 80 rupees. So the total cost will be rupees 8,000. So how do you always arrive at the total cost of paint? Oh, sorry. How do you always arrive at the total cost of painting? See, now what area to find is whatever area is painted. Sometimes the 4 walls and the ceiling is painted. Then you have to find the area of 4 walls and the ceiling. So here only the 4 walls are painted. So area of 4 walls, because only these are painted into the rate. Whatever, how much ever area is available on your 4 walls, that one into rate will be the total cost, Now, what is the area of 4 walls? I don't know, because only length and breadth is given. Height is not given. Then how can you find the area of 4 walls? Meaning the formula is 2h into L plus B. 2h into L plus B. We don't know the value of h. So just write area of 4 walls. Area of 4 walls is equal to, into, what is the rate? 80 rupees is equal to the total cost, 11,200. So area of 4 walls is equal to 11,200 divided by 80, which is 8 ones are 8 ones are 8340. 140 meters square. So the 4 walls of your room has an area of 140 meters square. The 4 walls of your room has an area of 140 meters square. So that 140 meters square into 80 rupees will be the total cost of 11,200. So remember, the area of 4 walls or whatever area is painted will be the total cost by rate. Total cost by rate. I don't know how I've worked here. Okay, that's what I've done here. Okay. Remember this. Whatever, see, it's very simple. Now, supposing some fruit, it costs rupees 90 per kg, and you have totally spent, you have spent, say rupees 450 on buying that fruit. What is the total cost? 450. What's the rate? 90 rupees. So how many kgs did you buy?
Ma'am, 90 divided by 450 divided by 90, 5 kg.
Yeah, how much?
5 kg. 5 kg.
5 kgs. That means you bought 5 kgs. Rate is rupees 90 per kg. And the total cost you have spent 450 rupees. So when you divide 450, the total cost 450 by the rate 90 rupees. Why do we say it's a rate? Because it's per kg, 90 rupees per kg. That's the rate. And the cost is 450. You have bought so much of fruits for 450 rupees. So 450 is the total cost and the rate is rupees 90 per kg. So when you divide 450 by 90, you get 5 kgs. That means you have purchased 5 kgs of fruit. Similarly here, the total cost of 11,200 divided by the rate 80 rupees, whatever you get, will be the area which is painted. It could be the area of 4 walls or 4 walls on the ceiling, depending on whatever is painted. So here only the 4 walls are painted. So the area of 4 walls is equal to total cost of painting divided by the rate of painting. So see here, children, look at the slide very carefully. Area of 4 walls into the rate of painting is the total cost of painting. So when you transpose area of 4, that is when you transpose this one to the other side, area of 4 walls is equal to this total cost divided by rate of painting. When this is transposed, it comes for division on the other side. When this one comes to the other side, it comes for division because it's in multiplication here. So it will come down for division. So area of 4 walls is equal to total cost of painting by rate of painting, which is 11,200 by, this is 80 children. Sorry, printing, I mean typing, while typing I've gone wrong. Okay, this by 80. And when you divide all, I think even I got 140 here. Yeah, I think I got 140. This division is probably right. 11,200 divided by 80. The division is right, yeah. So the area of 4 walls, children, is 140 meters square. Now, what is area of 4 walls formula? 2h into L plus B is 140. 2h into L plus B, 8 plus 6 is equal to 140. 2 into h into 14, 8 plus 6 is 14 is equal to 140. So h is equal to, you can see here, calculate and find the value of h. So the height of the room is 5 meters. Was it easy to understand, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please write down, children. Questions are always welcome. As you work, if you have any questions, please ask.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah. So see, when it comes to any word problem, reading and comprehending what is given is very, very important. We cannot just dive into the answer. We need to understand every, aspect of the question. So room, when it's a room, a room has 3 dimensions: length, breadth, and height. But what is given? Only length and breadth is given. Height is not given. So when you read room, all this should come to your mind: length, breadth, height, but only length and breadth is given. Okay. If the cost of painting is 4 walls, so imagine that. Okay, the 4 walls are painted. The 4 walls, they are painted, and the cost is 11,200 rupees. And what is this 80 rupees per meter square? That's a rate. That's a rate, like how the fruit seller says the rate is rupees 90 per kg. The painter says rupees 80 per meter square. The painter will talk in terms of area. The painter will talk in terms of area. He'll not talk in terms of length or breadth. He'll not say 1 meter, 2 meter. He'll talk in terms of area. 1 meter square, that area, 1 meter square. To paint that area of 1 meter square, he charges 80 rupees. So 80 rupees 80 per meter square is the rate. 11,200 is the total cost. So we understand it's very practical. The walls are painted. You have spent 11,200. The rate is 80 per meter square. Length and breadth is given. With all this information, we have to find the height of the room. So immediately it should occur to you, like how 450 by 90, total cost 450 by 90, rate 5 kgs. Is the total amount of fruits you purchase. Similarly, here, when you divide the total cost by rate, 11,200 by 80, the number you get is the area you have painted, which is the area of 4 walls here. So area of 4 walls is 140. What's the formula to find the area of 4 walls? 2h into L plus B. That is 140. Now substitute L and B and solve that equation and find h. So simple it is. Got it, children? Say yes so that I can go to the next one. Yes or no, whatever.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, yeah. So this is a pretty direct question. Find the cost of digging. Let me see how you handle this. Find the cost of digging a cuboidal pit. Pit meaning, you know, drainage kind of pit, which is like you dig a well. It's digging a pit. Okay, so find the cost of digging a cuboidal pit, which is 8 meters long, 6 meters broad, and 3 meters deep, at the rate of rupees 40 per meter cube. Just do what you understand, children. I'll be happy if you go wrong so that you can. So when you make a mistake and then learn it, you know, you don't forget it. When you always do things correctly, there are chances that you forget something. But when you learn by mistake, you know, it's not easy to forget. Yeah. So never hesitate to make a mistake. Just do what you feel like and share your answer with me. Yeah, children, now tell me now, when it's a cuboid, you know, you can find volume, or you can find curved surface area, or you can find total surface area. Now the thing is, what should I do? Should I find volume? Should I find CSA or TSA? So what did you people find?
I found the volume of the cube.
Okay, Swati's found the volume. Okay. How many of you found the volume?
I found no.
Bhavishya, Nandana, and Harshita? Harshita is not there. Nandana? You found the volume? Okay, so I couldn't hear from Nandana. So Swati and Bhavishya, you're right. We have to find the volume because it's about cost of digging the cuboidal pit. So digging, when you dig and when the pit is ready, you know, the work which is taken place is in the volume, that is inside. Some amount of, earth is removed to make the pit. It's like when you have a glass and you pour water inside it. We say volume of water in the tumbler. So when something has got to do with the inside portion, filling something, then it's volume. So here also, when you dig a pit, a cuboidal pit in this case, you're removing the earth. Earth is removed. From where are you removing it? Like as if it was the content of the cuboidal pit and you're removing it now. So it's something to do with the area, so volume. It's something to do with the volume. And one more thing is, you can find out from the way the question is given. This is, see here, rupees 40 per meter cube. But here, see here in this question, rupees 80 per meter square. Whenever the rate is per meter square, it is about area. That's why we found the area of 4 walls. When the rate is 40 rupees per meter cube, it's about volume. 1 meter cube, to dig 1 meter cube of pit, the rate is 40 rupees. See here, per meter cube, meaning volume. When it's per meter square, it's about area. It's not volume, it's about area. So from the rate, you can make out very clearly whether you have to find volume or area. It will be very clear from the rate.
Volume, did they ask that question?
Yeah, volume, correct, Nandana.
We need to multiply volume. 8 into 6 into 3 into 1.
Yeah, right. 8 into 6 into 3, correct. So children, did you all get my point? That when the rate is per meter cube, 40 rupees per meter cube. Per meter cube means you'll have to find volume and multiply by 40. Am I conveying something clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when it is rupees 40 per meter cube, that means for 1 meter cube, it's 40 rupees. So when you see that meter cube, that means you should find volume. Find volume and multiply by 40. See here in the earlier question. So 1 minute, Vandana, 1 minute. See in the earlier questions, it was about rupees 80 per meter square. So which is about area, not volume. Yeah. Yeah, children. So this is the answer. Yes, Nandana, did you get this answer?
I got the same answer.
Very good. Yes.
Ma'am, I also got same answer.
Very good. All the three of you, good. Swati, Bhavashya, and Nandana, very good. So we need to first find the volume, which is LBH, or you can write L into B into H, all the same. It's all the same. Whether you write LBH or L into B into H.
We can write volume into rate per meter.
Straight away you're finding the cost. Okay. Straight away you're finding the cost is equal to volume into rate. Yes. Straight away you're finding the cost, volume into rate. Yes. You can do that. So I have found the volume, which is 144 meter cubed. Then cost of digging 1 meter cubed is 40 rupees. Then the cost of digging 144 meter cubed will be 144 into 40. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So here the TS of a cube is 32 2/3 meters square. Find the volume of the cube. Yeah, please try this. Write down the question. Try. What is the formula to find the volume of a cube?
Cube, ma'am. A cube. A cube, ma'am.
A cube. A cube. That means you need the value of A. What is A? Edge of the cube, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the edge of the cube? Is it given to you?
No, ma'am. Only the turtle surface.
So you're not given the edge of the cube. So if we don't know the edge of the cube, how will we find the volume? You should know the edge. Yeah. So only if you know the edge, you can find the volume. Yeah. So how do we understand the question? Volume, we should find volume. Volume is equal to A cube, but we don't know the value of A. That means we should first find the value of A. And to find the value of A, only this information is given. TSA is 32 2/3. So using that information, you should first find A and then find volume. Do it, children.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am, I'm having doubt in this sum how to do, ma'am.
very good. Yes. Tell me, let's do it together. How to solve, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So help me, Bhavishya. I'll help you where you don't know. Till there, you help me. TSA is 32 2/3. Next, what should you write?
Ma'am, TSA is equal to. Ma'am, after the second step only, I'm having doubt, ma'am.
What is the formula to find the TSA?
Shall I say?
No, 1 minute. Let me see. 1 minute. Bhavishya, what is the formula to find the TSA of a cube?
Ma'am, 6A square root. 6A square
6A
root.
square. So under TSA, you must write 6. See here, if TSA is 32 2/3, that means 6A square is 32 2/3, right? What is TSA? 6A square. TSA is 6A square. If TSA is 32 2/3, that means 6A square is equal to 32 2/3. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now convert this to a mixed, meaning convert the mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So this is 32 into 3. What is 32 into 3? 6, 96 plus 2, 98. 98/3. Next, what, Bhavishya? A square is equal to 98 by
3 into 6, ma'am.
6 into 3. Very good. Now cancel. And find the value of A. I think now you can do it. Do it.
Yes,
Anybody got the value of A? Did anyone get the value of A? Okay. So let's see what to do after this. Can I cancel this? Yeah.
I'm getting it as 98/18, ma'am, but the decimal point is keep on going.
One minute, I'll just get my file and see if I've. Oh, I can see the answer here. 32 2/3 only. Notice.
Ma'am, I'm getting like a 49/2. Ma'am, 49/9.
Yeah, that's correct.
Ma'am, 98/18 is 49/9, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what. No, that's what I'm saying. If I had gone wrong somewhere, correct. Simplify. No, when you said something, I was like wondering if I went wrong somewhere. Yeah, now we'll have to simplify. Yes or no, Bhavishya? So in the tables of 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 1 49. Yeah. So A square is equal to 49/9. A is equal to square root of 49/9, which is 7/3. 7/3. Yeah, I think now you can. Then volume is A cubed, 7/3 into 7/3 into 7/3. Yes, children. You don't have to write all these steps. You can directly write, you don't have to show so much of detail. You can directly write A is equal to square root of 49 by 9, which is 7 by 3, which is 7 by 3. You don't have to write all that.
For volume, I have finished up to 343 by 27, ma'am.
343 by 27, correct. And then I put it as a mixed fraction.
Okay. Ma'am, I haven't do that mixed fraction, ma'am.
Normally, that's what we've studied, no, in lower classes when we have an answer. Yeah, when we have an answer as a mixed, an improper fraction. So we know we shouldn't leave it as an improper fraction. We should put it as a mixed fraction. That's what it is.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Done, ma'am.
All right. So what do we do? What do we do? TSA is given 32 2 by 3, which is 98 by 3. 98 by 3. Then after this, under TSA, you should write that formula. What's the formula to find the TSA? 6a square. That 6a square is 98 by 3. TSA is 98 by 3. That means 6a square is 98 by 3. So you should solve and find A and then find the volume. Got it, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'll just see the other questions and okay, this one, correct. All right, children. This is the next one. We finished this. This is the next one, children. The total surface area of a cylinder is 968 centimeters square. Find the volume of the cylinder if its height is 15 centimeters. Right on the question.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. All right, children. So please don't go ahead of me. We'll do it together. So the TSA of the cylinder is given to be, the TSA is given to be 968 centimeters square. The formula to find the TSA of a cylinder, the formula to find the TSA of a cylinder is 2 pi r into r plus h. So in the next step, we write 2 pi r into r, because if TSA is 968, that means 2 pi r into r plus h is 968. The TSA of the cylinder is 968. What is TSA formula? 2 pi r into r plus h. That is equal to 968. So that means 2 into pi is 22 by 7 into r. We do not know the value of r. So r as it is. Again, the inside the bracket, that first r as it is, plus h. H is given to be 15 centimeters. So substitute 15 is equal to 968. Is it understood so far, children? The first three steps?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, TSA is 968. So TSA formula you should write now. 2 pi r into r plus h is 968. And then substitute. Pi is 22 by 7 and h is 15. R we don't know. Now 2 into 22 is 44 by 7 into r plus 15 is equal to 968. Now this 44 by 7, take it to the other side. So it becomes 7 by 44. On the other side, it becomes 7 by 44. So so this remaining thing, R into R plus 15 is equal to 968 into 7 by 44. Correct? Is this step understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you? Okay. Okay, so we have this R into R plus 15 on the same side. We transpose 44 by 7. So that becomes 7 by 44 on the other side. Now we'll have to cancel. So on simplifying these two, you get 22. So R into R plus 15 is equal to 22 into 7. That's how it's 22 into 7. Because when you cancel, you know, this one, when you simplify, you get 22. So 22 into 7. Next, now you will have to open up the bracket. R into R is R square. R into 15 is plus 15R. 22 into 7 is 154. R into R is R square. R into 15 is plus 15R. 22 into 7 is 144. Now bring have all the terms on the same side. Have all the terms on the same side. R square plus 15R minus 154 is equal to 0. Is it okay so far, children?
Yes,
Ma'am, I
ma'am.
can't understand the R square plus 15R minus.
Swati?
Ma'am, I can't understand R square plus 15R minus 154 equals 0.
Yeah, no, we'll have to bring all the terms to the same side. I'll tell you why. We'll have to bring all the terms to this. We'll have to have all the terms on one side. So we transpose this. We transpose this. It becomes R square plus 15R minus 154 is equal to 0. Now this one is called a quadratic equation in R. This one is a quadratic equation in R. See here we have R square. R square. So it's a quadratic equation. It's a quadratic equation in variable R. In variable R. Now, how do we solve this? To solve this, we use a method called splitting the middle term. Now, when to use this method? When you have three terms like this here, R square, you have an R square term, one R term, and one constant. When you have an equation like this, supposing you have x square minus 7x plus 8 is equal to 0. So you have x square term, one x term, and constant. Then we solve an equation like this, which is called a quadratic equation, by splitting the middle term. By splitting the middle term. Solving by splitting the middle term. Solving by splitting the middle term. Splitting the middle term. When to use this method? When can you solve by splitting the middle term? When the equation is like this, there is one R square term, R term and constant, or X square term, X and constant, or Y square term, Y and constant, any variable, P square term, P term and constant. So when you have an equation like this, on one side you have, in this case, R square term, R term and the constant is equal to 0. This is called a quadratic equation. It's called a quadratic equation, and we solve this quadratic equation by splitting the middle term. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how do we, yeah.
Ma'am, in quadratic equation, more than 4 means degree or decimal, ma'am.
Pavishya, louder.
Ma'am, like quadratic equation for 2 quadratic, ma'am, 3 triangle and 4 is biquadratic, ma'am. More than 4, what is that, ma'am?
Quintic. For 5, it's quintic.
Ma'am, my mom thought like more than 4 means it is degree, ma'am.
Yeah, you can say a polynomial of degree 5, a polynomial of degree 6, a polynomial of degree 10. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because after that, we don't have for every power. We have only for specific ones. So more than 4, we normally don't give any special term. So we say linear equation, quadratic equation, cubic equation, biquadratic equation. And after that, we just say an equation of degree 5. We just say degree 6, degree 7, and so on.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, now how do we solve by splitting the middle term? Now, you have to identify two things called the sum and product. Have we already understood this concept, children, or is it new to you?
New mom.
Okay, because only then I'll know to what extent I should explain. Okay, it's new. All right, all right. Okay, so now we need to identify two numbers called the sum and product. Okay, sum and product. Sum is the coefficient of the middle term. See, we have to arrange the terms in this order. First the r square term, then the r term, then the constant. It should be in this order. First the r square term or the x square term, then the r term or the x term, and then the constant. You should arrange the terms in this order. Now this is the middle term. What is the coefficient of the middle term? Plus 15. That is the sum. Plus 15. That is the sum. The product is the coefficient of the r square term, this one, the first term, 1, and the constant, 1 into minus 154. Minus 154 is the product. See, basically, we're using all the numbers. See here, this is 1, this is plus 15, and this is minus 154. We are using all the numbers or all the coefficients in this equation. Let's understand like that. Let me write down all the numbers we see in this equation. In r square, we see 1 r square. The coefficient is 1. In plus 15r, plus 15 is the coefficient, the numerical coefficient. Here, the constant itself is a number, minus 154. Now see here, this plus 15 is the sum. And the product is 1 into minus 154. The remaining two numbers, the product of the remaining two numbers. 1 into minus 154, that is minus 154. So see, if it's a 2 here, supposing it's a 2 here, 2 into minus 154, whatever is the product, will come here. Is it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm writing all the numbers here, 1r square plus 15r and minus 154. The coefficient of the middle term, this is the middle term, and the number there is plus 15. That's a sum. Then now find the product of the remaining two numbers, 1 and minus 154. Find the product, minus 154, meaning multiply. I'm saying 1 into minus 154. Multiply the remaining two numbers. That is the product, minus 154. Now take up that product 154. Leave the minus sign. Forget the minus, not forget. You don't have to take the minus sign now. Just leave it. Take the number 154 and find its prime factors. So 2 7s are 1 is a remainder, 7s are. Then 7 11s are. 11 1s are. I hope I'm right. Please check. Correct, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now what is 154? 154 is equal to 2 into 7 into 11, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now listen to this very carefully, children. You should use these numbers 2, 7, and 11. And you must make two numbers. You must make use of all the numbers, 2, 7, and 11. And you must make two numbers so that the sum is 15 and the product is minus 154. You can use the signs. You can take when you make the two numbers, you can fix the signs to the two numbers. You can fix a plus sign or a minus sign. That you can fix it freely, plus minus signs. But you should make use of all these numbers, 2, 7, and 11. 2, 7, 11. You should make use of all these numbers. Now, for example, okay, so now I should ask you, is this understood, children? Sum and product, did you understand how to write the sum and product?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after that, I said take up 154, that is the product, and find its prime factors. So 2, 7s are 14, 7s are 14, 7, 11s are 11, 1s are. So now we have 154 is equal to 2 into 7 into 11. We have to make use of all these factors to see, not that always you'll have 3 factors. Sometimes you'll have some 10 numbers also. That means you should make use of all the 10 numbers and make 2 numbers. Factors may not always be 3 and 4 or something like that. Sometimes you'll have like 7, 8 factors. You should make use of all those numbers. You must make use of all those numbers and make 2 numbers so that the sum is plus 15 and the product is minus 154. So now supposing I make 2 numbers like this, 2 7s are 14, 14 and 11. Understand? See, I've made them 2 numbers now. I've made them 2 numbers now. 7 2s are 14 and 11. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I've made 2 numbers. Now the product of these 2 numbers will be 154 because we got it from the factors of 154. How did we get 2?
14 into 11 is
154 only. Product you will get. But are you getting the sum? Now we have not still fixed the signs. We have not still fixed the signs. Don't fix the signs. If you add or subtract 14 and 11, can you in any way get 15? Whether you add or subtract, can you get 15 using 14 and 11?
No.
No, ma'am.
14 and 11. Yeah. Sum should be 15. Sum should be 15 means these 2 numbers 14 and 11. Either you add them or you subtract them. That they are the only 2 things you can do. Add or subtract. You must get 15. How is it possible? With 14 and 11, if you add, you will get 25. If you subtract, you will get 3. These are the 2 possible answers. On adding, you will get 25. On subtracting, you get 3. You cannot get 15. So this combination is not possible. 14-11 combination is not possible. 14-11 combination is not possible. Now let's try something else. So basically the numbers are 2, 7 and 11. Okay. Now let's try this. Now let's try 7 into 11, 77 and 2. See, I've made 2 numbers now. 7 into 11, 77 and 2. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you multiply 77 and 2, you will get 154. Forget minus 154. You will get 154. We'll fix the signs later. But 77 into 2 will give you 154. We are worried about the sum. When you add or subtract 2 and 77, can you get 15? What will you get when you add and what will you get when you subtract?
When we add, we get 154.
We get 75.
When we subtract, we get 75.
We add, we get 29.
Yeah, on adding you will get 79, subtracting you get 75, but we need to get 15. No, this combination will not give us 15. So let's try a different combination. 2, 7 and 11. Let's try a different combination. What if we multiply these 2 numbers? It's not that you should multiply in the order. Multiply however you want. You can multiply. Like, see, supposing you have some numbers like 2 into 3 into 5 into suppose 11. You can multiply like all these 3 numbers, 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 11, 66 and 5. There is nothing like you should multiply in the order. Anyways, you should make 2 numbers out of it. So 2 into 7 into 11. Now 2 into 11, 22 and 7, correct? 22 and 7, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, when you add, what will you get? 22 and 7, when you add, what will you get?
29, ma'am.
When you subtract, what will you get?
15.
So we are getting 15. Whether it is plus 15, minus 15, that we can manage, but we are getting 15. We are getting the number, that numerical value we are getting. So 22 and 7 are the required numbers. 22 and 7 are the required numbers. So now carefully write 22 and 7. 22 and 7. Now fix the sign. So first is to find the 2 numbers. Then is to fix the signs. Signs. So 22 can be plus 22 or minus 22. 7 can be plus 7 or minus 7. That's all. See, you have 22. That means it's already plus 22. So maybe it can be minus 22. 7 is already plus 7. It can be minus 7. So that's what you should check. What signs to fix is what is the next step. Now, the product is minus 154 and the sum is positive. Now tell me how you can do this yourself. Fix the signs, plus minus sign. You can make it minus 22 and plus 7, anything. But when you add, you should get plus 15. See, add meaning when you simplify the two numbers, you should get plus 15. And when you multiply, you should get minus 154. Tell me, how do you fix the signs?
Ma'am, if plus 22 and minus 7, when we are adding, we should put the greater number sign, ma'am. So when we are multiplying, we should multiply the signs also, ma'am. So we are getting minus, ma'am.
So it will be 22 and minus 7, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Yeah, it will be 22 and 7. 22 and, sorry, minus 7, because 22 plus 22 and minus 7 will give you plus 15 as a sum. Plus 22 minus 7 will give you plus 15 as a sum. And when you multiply 22 and minus 7, you will get minus 154 as the product. So the two numbers, the required numbers are 22 and minus 7. Now split the middle term. The procedure itself is called splitting the middle term, solving by splitting the middle term. So which is the middle term? Plus 15R. We are going to split it. How we are going to split it? As plus 22R minus 7R. Fix that R. There is R there, no? So to that 22, fix R, 22R. Minus 7R. That's the next step. Split the middle term. The middle term, don't write this plus 15R. Now see here R square, the first term R square. That's there. The last term minus 154, that is also there. The middle term is split into two terms as plus 22R and minus 7R. Is this step understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Write the first term as it is, R square. Write the last term, minus 154 as it is. Split the middle term. How to split it? Split it as 20 plus 22R minus 7R. Anything you can write first. You can write minus 7R also first. Not that you should write only this one first. Anything first. You can even write minus 7R first and then plus 22R. Anything. So we have split the middle term. Now you should group the first two terms, group the last two terms. So when you group the first two terms, what is common? R is common. R square and 22R. What's common? R is common, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now inside the bracket, what should you write? R into R is R square. R into plus 22 is plus 22R, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, what's common between 7 and 154? 7 itself is common. Now, whatever sign is here, put it as it is. This minus sign as it is. This minus sign, put it as it is. See here. Group these two terms. We took R common. R into R is R square. R into plus 22 is plus 22R. Then bring down this minus sign as it is. Bring down the minus sign as it is. Now, what's common between these two? 7 is common. 7 is common between these two. So 7. 7 into R, 7R. Minus 7 into R is minus 7R. Minus into plus is minus. There's a minus 154 here. So how will you get minus 154? Plus into minus into plus is minus. And 722 times is 154. Signs are very important, children. This minus sign, put it as it is. Then the common 7. Minus 7 into R is minus 7R. Minus into plus is minus. 7 into 22 is 154. Now you should have the same terms in the bracket, same expressions in the bracket. R plus 22, R plus 22. You should have both the brackets must have the same expression, R plus 22. Write that once, R plus 22. And this R minus 7 in another bracket. R minus 7 in another bracket. See here, write this common thing, R plus 22 once. Then this R minus 7 in the other bracket. R minus 7 in the other bracket. Again, it's like taking common only. Common is now in this, between this and this, between these two, R plus 22 is common. So we bring out the common factor, R plus 22. Then the remaining things, R plus 22 into R will give you the first term. And r plus 22 into minus 7 will give you the second term, minus 7 into r plus 22. Right? See, write this common expression r plus 22 once. And then write these two together, r minus, see this one, write it once. Then this r minus 7 in the other bracket. Why we write it like this? Because now see here, r plus 22 into r is the first term here. R into r plus 22. Can you see it here? R into r plus 22, the first term. Then minus 7 into r plus 22. Minus 7 into r plus 22, the second term. Is equal to 0. Now, to find the values of r, you should equate it to 0. Just a minute, children. Yeah, thank you, children. So now to find the values of r, we need to equate these expressions to 0. So r plus 22 is equal to 0. R minus 7 is equal to 0. R plus 22 is equal to 0. R minus 7 is equal to 0. So when you solve this, you get r is equal to minus 22. Here, when you solve this, you get r is equal to 7. Now, what is r? The value of the radius. That cannot be negative. So r is equal to minus 22 is not possible because radius cannot be negative. So the value of r is 7. That is the radius of the cylinder is 7 centimeters. Now find the volume. We have to find the volume of the cylinder. So the volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. Pi is 22 by 7. R we found here 7. So r square is 7 into 7 into h, which is already given in the question 15. So here we don't take minus 22 because it's negative. The value of r, the radius cannot be negative. So r is 7. That's what I've written here, not possible. This is how we solve a quadratic equation by splitting the middle term. This is how we solve a quadratic equation by splitting the middle term. Yeah, children, I think you can take a screenshot and finish it. Please take a picture. It's time. Yeah, please finish it. Don't forget. Very important question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, children, this one also. Sorry, not this one. 1 second, children. Yes, children, this one. Please take a picture and complete this, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please take a picture of this one. Complete this. I think you can understand. See here, I'll just make it fast. Radius is 5x, height is 7x. So pi r square h, because volume is given. So pi r square h, r square 5x the whole square, h 7x. So this will be 5x the whole square is 5x into 5x, 25x square. 5x into 5x, 25x square. And this is 7x. Now in the next step, what will happen? X square into x is x cubed. X square into x is x cubed. X square into x is x cubed in the next step. 7 and 7 gets cancelled. 7 and 7 cancels. Then 22 into 25. You can see here 22 into 25. X square into x is x cubed is equal to 550. So when you work this, you get x cubed is equal to 1. X is equal to cube root of 1. Cube root of 1 is 1 only. So now R and H, 5x and 7x. So 5 into 1, 7 into 1, 5 and 7. I just made it fast, children. I'm sure you can understand. Else I'll clarify your questions in the next class. Take a picture, children, of this one.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, please complete this one and this one in your classwork without fail. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. So this is the compensation class for Monday's class, 8th August. Thank you so much for attending. So that's it for today's session, children. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, children.